This is my guide to the top 5 best builds for 3.0, Fall of Oriath, and Harbinger leagues. I'm going to try to find builds to put here that are cheap, efficient, easy, and enjoyable. I've played all these builds in the past, and I've played all these builds as league starters in the past. I've tried to pick builds that have not been overly nerfed by the patch notes, and most of these builds have been buffed actually, because of power creep and other changes such as Ignite. So first of all on our list, we have dual Flame Blast Totems. Like, I love this build. I've played it extensively in Breach League, and I've made over 50 exalts in the first weekend, farming currency and buying items that were worth it, like critical multi-jewels and things like that. Now you can even achieve 1 million DPS without mirrored gear, just with some decent gear. But the thing is, we no longer get ES or hybrid, now we just go straight mind over matter. This gives us extra defense that we lose from energy shield, and this way we can pick up damage. We're also going to be going Templar with this build, and I'd suggest this build for newer players as Flame Blast is easy to use, it's very intuitive, and totems in general are very easy to use and intuitive. This build also scales well without investment because it utilizes both totems and flame blasts. If you guys want to see the full build overview for all these builds, by the way, go ahead and on the right side of your screen, you're going to see a card pop up. Just click on that card and that'll link you to the full build guide. Alright, the second build on our list is going to be Essence Drain / Contagion. I played this as one of my league starters in Legacy League, and I enjoyed it a lot. It's going to be way better now because it's going to have Mind Over Matter in 3.0 now. The issue is that they nerfed chaos damage and they nerfed damage over time. However, it's still going to be very powerful because they buffed part of it. Like Essence Drain, they actually buffed it as well. Power Creep also going to make up for the nerfs, and Mind Over Matter is also going to help us make up for the nerfs. It's also very good for farming Shaper and Uber Zeri if you like doing that. This is probably the best build for hardcore as well, because Essence Drain lets you become very tanky because it doesn't require too much scaling as well. The third build on our list is going to be another totem build, dual Bladefall totems. I've played this firsthand, and it's actually not that popular. That usually means that you can get gear for this build cheaper as well. You can farm Uber Zeri with this build at day 3 or 4, and it's also going to be taking Mind Over Matter. It's going to be very powerful and very tanky, and the effect of that is that we're going to be able to take way more damage now, and we're going to be tanky as well. This build actually deals physical damage, which is really good, because that way you don't have to worry about monster resistances like most of the other builds on this list. Also, we don't have to worry about Chaos Res either. You just deal tons of damage. The fourth build on our list is going to be Ancestral War Chief. This build has been very powerful for the past few leagues, and for good reason. It combines melee and totems, which both scale damage cheaply and effectively, and also this build uses Phrase Breakers. These gloves are obviously very powerful, and they don't require a weapon. That is actually very good because sometimes weapons can get really expensive, and you can always buy a good pair of face breakers a couple days into the league for like an Alk or a Chaos Orb or a couple Chaos or something. This build is also very good for boss farming, and it's very tanky. It's also a Marauder build, so all my Marauder fans out there, you're gonna love this build. However, this build has been hit by the Abyssus crit multi changes, and the crit multi changes to gloves such as face breakers, but it's still gonna be very powerful in 3.0 due to power creep and the Pantheon system. This build is amazing, and it shows how powerful melee can be when scaled correctly. Our last build is going to be a Kinetic Blast Wander. This is a kind of a hipster build, but it's still very cheap and affordable. I know I'd never say that, but Wanders are cheap when scaled correctly. This build is elemental damage, and it actually uses Pathfinder to increase its DPS. It's not a raider like most people think it should be. Kinetic Blast is the best pack clearing skill in the game right now because of its unique AoE and projectile mechanics. Wander's been very powerful since 1.1, and I think it's going to stay that way. This is probably a very hipster build, but it stands up to every other build on my list right now. It's just amazing how powerful Kinetic Blast can be when scaled cheaply and correctly. I hope you guys enjoyed my top 5 builds for 3.0 and the Harbinger leagues. These builds are in no particular order. They're all very, very good. If you guys would like to see the full list, once again, there should be a card on your screen on the right side. Also, if you let the video end, you'll be able to see the build guide there. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and tell me what other guides you guys like to see next. Thank you.